Hold on. All right, yo, what's going on? We live. Welcome to
Ah,
Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my brothers, Damon and Jaquari Armstrong. Got special guests today,
Well,
friends of the room. Big Bill Burnett is gonna check on a little later. You know, he a working man, just like Mr. Williams and Mr. Armstrong, Jaquari Armstrong. But we got Bill Burnett, we got Bruce Williams, everybody.
what up,
what's
Bruce?
up, family? What's up,
What's
What's
family?
going
going
on?
on? What's going on?
Everything is
Welcome, brother.
good.
Welcome,
What's up
brother.
with
Welcome,
you?
brother. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Hey, glad to have you on, man. We're looking forward to this, brother.
Glad to be on.
Okay.
I've been waiting for it. Glad to finally get an invite.
No
Man,
doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Hey, listen, before we move any further, and give Big Bill a chance to get on, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some house cleaning business. First and foremost, we have our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast. Look on the bottom, the stream is going across. Go to YouTube, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Especially like and subscribe for us, please. We appreciate you. And yeah, we're here to, enlighten, have conversation with everyday people about everything that pertains to who we are as people in our community for the most part, but in the world also. Okay? Now let's get to business. Jaquari, how was your day today, brother?
It was hectic, man. Uh, now corporate America will have you think that teleworking is a privilege, but I'm here to tell you that it's not. This shit is it could be pressure filled, man, because you have an expectation to just be sitting here at your computer terminal for 8 friggin' hours. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, shit. I got a refrigerator full of, you know, uh, I don't want to be doing my work day. So it was a rough. So I'm now though.
Okay, okay. Damon, what's going on with you, brother?
what's going on, man? You know, day was pretty cool, man. I came to the reality that grandbaby got me wrapped around her finger, and that was a humbling situation. So I carried it to her all day.
Good. You're a grandfather, man. I'm
Well, that's
jealous,
what you're here
man.
for, man.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what you're here for.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm here for. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then, then,
Hey,
then, then I'm humbled even further.
there you go, my man. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce
Hey,
Williams, everybody.
Look,
Bruce,
eventually
how was
you
your
gonna
day
you
today,
and
man?
you.
What's up, big dog? My day was pretty good, man. I've been painting all day. I got a
Okay.
um I got a few rental properties, and one of them is vacant, so we've been doing a little work in there. So I've been painting all day,
Okay,
but it's been
cool.
good. It's good.
Cool. Cool, man. Well, like I said, man, this is something different that just to let everybody know, along with Mr. Burnett, the five of us have known each other since we was in our early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, that's some great things, man. That's a
Teens.
good look. You know, that's a good look. So, Bruce, why don't we
Yes,
do this?
sir.
We do this for every guest. What we do is we give them an opportunity to tell them about themselves, where about their parents, their siblings, where they are in the pecking order when it comes to the siblings, or anything you want to share with us. Why don't you go ahead and bless us, man?
I got you, big dog. Well, so I grew up in Philadelphia, in South Philadelphia, South Philly, little section of Philadelphia. I have actually, I have four older brothers, but in the house that we grew up in, it was four. It was three of them, and my dad had an older son that I didn't meet until pretty much later in my life, maybe around 6 or 7 years ago. But it's pretty normal. My dad, he was a plumber, and my mom, she worked in the bank, and human resources department. So it's pretty typical childhood. My area was really rough, but I didn't, I didn't really like hang out too much. I was just, playing around with friends and all that stuff. You know Hayes Clark, right?
Yes, indeed.
Hayes Clark grew up directly across the street from me. Directly
Okay.
across the street from it. So me,
Hey,
him, other cats,
go ahead, bro.
other guys in the neighborhood, we just pretty much played sports all day. And I wasn't in the streets at all. So I had a pretty sheltered type life. And then I went to Pitt. I actually met Bill, we call him Bo now, before I got to Pitt. A guy I went to high school with, his name is Ian. We call him E. He went to high school with Bill before he came to my high school. So I actually knew Bill before we got to Pitt. And since when we linked up at Pitt, we just cool ever since then. So you said we met each other in our early 20s. I actually met him when I was 17. Yeah, before I even got to Pitt. So it's probably going on what, 35 years now, somewhere around that.
Man, that is rare. That is rare that
Yeah.
you know somebody that long and you still keep
Yeah.
in touch, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. True. I met you I met you through him. Y'all was
Yeah, I
hanging
know.
out together.
know.
So since you and him was cool, I kind of got to know you like that. But right now, so what Spoke was just talking about, as far as being behind a computer for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, I was living that life too. I was in healthcare for a while, long time, over 25 years. But recently, well, not recently, years ago.
We lost Bruce.
Oh, am I back?
Oh, okay, there you go. And look,
my
you too
bad.
young to be. Look, you were just talking about being a computer guy and you glitching. Come on, brother.
I was getting a call. I don't know about it. But
No, we good. Go
around
ahead,
2
bro.
years ago, I left the corporate world. I'm a full-time real estate agent now. And
Cool.
Oh, wow.
yeah, so real estate's been kind of near and dear to my heart. I have 4 rental properties. 3 over in Philly, 1 down in near Atlanta, in Lithonia, Georgia. I have a condo down there, so that's been kind of near and dear to my heart. I like it. So that was kind of near and dear to my heart. So I got my license a couple years ago. I decided to take the plunge, become a full-time agent. So that's what I'm doing now.
Okay. So you
You mentioned.
Go ahead, Jaquar.
No, I said you mentioned. You know, in your childhood, you said you was you grew up in a rough area or whatever, and you were sheltered.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I don't know. I'm not arguing with you about that or anything, man. But that I don't think that's the narrative, because we grew up in a pretty rough area too, but that wasn't the that wasn't a narrative that was put out there. Our areas that we grew up in, there was an expectation for us to be street dudes, goons, and hustlers and all this. But it's a very small population of our communities that actually engage in that kind of activity. For the most part, we was all
agree.
just.
No, I totally
It's
agree.
all
with
just
that.
little kids that's growing up playing sports, man.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Now I probably used the wrong word, shelter. I just didn't want to make it seem like I was a street dude. Like, I grew up rough, but I was not a street dude at all. Like, but we played sports a lot. That's why I mentioned Hayes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to push back on you or nothing like that, man. I'm just
No, I'm totally agree. I totally agree with you, Stuart. I probably used the wrong terminology, but that's why I mentioned Hayes. So Hayes was he was a linebacker at Pitt. He grew up directly across the street from each other. So his brother was a really good athlete too. His brother, unfortunately, was killed, but he was a good athlete too. He went to college, I think, on a track football scholarship too. Also, a buddy of mine named John, he was also good. He had a P1 scholarship to East Stroudsburg. I don't think East Stroudsburg. But anyway, he had a basketball scholarship. Another dude on my block named Melvin Hawkins. he went to Fairleigh Dickinson, I believe, on basketball scholarship. So I shouldn't say shelter. We was all playing sports. A lot of them had sports scholarships. So I just wanted to say that I just wasn't really about that. That's all.
Why don't you just be honest with you? Was the egghead, man?
I mean,
I was
regular.
straight up. I was.
That ain't a bad thing.
That was the norm, though. That's the norm. That's the norm when it comes to
Hey,
us.
hey, you talk about going way back. He was always buttoned down.
Let me just say this, because Big Bill finally kicking in, right? But let me just say this, just a point of reference, right? First and foremost, when I met these two young men, I had 2 classes left, and I, went to the Bengals, didn't make it there. So I went back to finish my degree. So I had 2 classes. When I met Bill and Bruce, just like Bruce said, I met him through Bill. And the thing about it was basketball. We had basketball in common. And what I did was I used to go up there to stay in shape. Bruce was a very good basketball player. He really was. You know what I'm saying? Bill was accomplished too on the basketball court, right?
He said,
accomplished.
I heard that big dog.
Hey, welcome, Bill.
How y'all doing? How y'all brothers? Sorry for my tardiness. I apologize.
No. Look, we knew you was making the donuts, man.
Bill.
So it is what it is.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, Bruce?
Big Bo, what's going on?
What's up, Dane?
What's going on,
So
man?
you had to
What's
comb
up?
the beard out and everything.
I think hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was the rookie of the year, freshman year pick in the middle.
Hey, can we
I
curse,
was the
Big
rookie of
Dog?
the year.
Hey, Big Dog, can we curse?
Yeah, you good. Yeah, we passed our 2 minutes. You can curse.
We can curse?
Yeah.
I was like,
Bo,
it was
get
called.
the fuck out of here, Bo. Bo was no damn rookie of the year.
Who was it?
You already know. You already know.
Oh.
But look, I'm gonna bring this into context, right? I was an old head, right? Me and Bill was fast friends. You know what I'm saying? Now, just a point of reference, Bill and Bruce was friends with my wife Kia before I'd even met her. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy thing about it. That's how far we go back. You know what I mean? So they like family to me and Kia. And I just want to speak on, us being from the Detroit area, Ipsy, Detroit area. The crazy thing about it is Philadelphia also is a different animal when it comes to that. When Bruce said he grew up in a real rough area, South Philly is rough. Bill grew up in West Philly. West Philly is rough. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is, right? But the thing about it, the 5 of us here, not because we're special, is the fact that we wanted a little bit more for ourselves. We was able to do something for us. We kept pushing forward, no matter whatever roadblock we ran into, we kept going forward. You know what I mean? Because see, that's the key to it. It's the simple fact that when I talk to youngsters all the time, it's like, yo, I understand. I can give you my resume, but if I'm gonna give you my resume of what I went through and what I seen, what difference will it make? Because if you want to listen to me, you're going to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fill your head with all these stories, because all it is, it turns into stories.
The key.
What do you think I'm speaking to you about? You know what I mean?
That was my point. That was my point, man. That was my point when I made that reference to what Bruce said. That's our story is the norm, man. That's the norm. The overall picture of people coming out of rough areas, man, are people who, especially young men, we put our nose to the grind, different life for ourselves. That is the majority of our people's story.
Yeah.
The street shit, the hustlers and all that stuff. That's a very small number, and the number of success is even smaller. So that's the narrative we got to change, man, to start to try to affect some kind of change in our fucking community. Period.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, look.
I get tired of hearing. I get tired of hearing about middle class motherfuckers, making shit up. Trying to identify with a person who's struggling.
I know.
That's
You know,
better.
I've never understood that.
Get it,
I
man.
never
I
had.
get it.
And go ahead, Jaquari. I'm listening.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm just saying, man. Like air quotes. Being a gangster, man, just does not. It not only applies to street shit. It's being a gangster is perseverance, man. Being a gangster, man, is making decisions that make us at a young age, at a young impressionable age, that are going to help bolster your future, man. That's being gangster right there. Having a plan and sticking to it, no matter what stance. That's there.
That's
All
real.
this last thinking that we glorify, man, is it's killing our community.
Bill and Damon, I want to hear from y'all, man. What do y'all think about what we're talking about? We start with you, Damon.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I'm done.
As far as me,
Did I step on you?
but hey,
My
far
fault.
be it for me, man, to step on your conversation, bro. I know you was in the flow and all that shit, man. And they go ahead and finish, man. I'll wait.
Hey, before anybody say anything, I want to apologize for the lag. I don't understand what's going
I was
on.
done minutes ago, brother.
I know I'm getting a lot of
man,
feedback.
A little storm down here, so I think that's
that what it is?
the lag in the video. You
Okay.
feel what I'm saying? So I apologize for that. Jaquari, do you want to finish up, man? My fault. See, I'm trying to get the flow and the continuity going. But I thought you was done. But my fault, man.
I did.
Oh, you were done. All right. Well, Damon, what were you doing? Stalling?
Oh, I was done.
I was, because I was going in and out, and I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I'm just keeping it real. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to get a little snippets here and there so I can catch up with y'all, man.
All right.
But,
Well, look, but you understand what you know what we're talking about right now, correct?
it was based on the questions we talked about yesterday.
No. What we were talking about is just Bruce had mentioned that he was coming from a rougher part of Philadelphia. Quarry commented on it, and then basically what I did was say the same thing. What do you think about that as far as basically a flower being able to grow out of concrete? What is your opinion about that?
My opinion is, man, if you have somebody in your life, man, that's showing you that you can prosper and get along in this world, man, without being in the streets and all that stuff, then this is a matter of paying attention there, man. You can grow up in hell. You know what I'm saying? How many kids have y'all dealt with? Because everybody worked in that field, man, when you was dealing with kids and, troubled kids or whatever. How many times have you went to a house and saw just chaos and hell, and out of 5 kids out of that house, 2 of them make it? You know what I'm saying? Under the roughest circumstances. You know what I'm saying? That was somebody that was reaching back to them and showing them that they didn't have to be about the streets. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to be about any of that. And here's the thing, man. I don't know if people pay attention or not, but when you living in rough areas and you growing up with people that's about that life, it's all the waiting game, man.
Gotcha.
Within a 4 or 5 year period, all them cats that's wilding out, they wind up where? Dead in prison or on drugs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a lull in the neighborhood that calms the hell down. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And then it's just a matter of reaching back. You know You know what I'm saying? And keeping that connection with your community. When you abandon your community, that's when it goes to hell.
Okay, okay. Big Bill, talk to us, man. Hey, before you say anything, Bill, before you say anything, everybody, why don't we do this? Somebody has the volume a little too high because there's a little bit of, people been saying there's a little bit of reverb. So just go down a little bit on your volume on whatever device you're on, and then we can go from there.
All right, I'm way down.
So come on.
All right, Big Bill.
Hey, what's up, gang? Yo,
I can barely hear you guys as it is, man.
No, I'm saying just bring it up some, but don't have it too high. All right, Bill.
I work in this field. I work with kids about from Schumann Center, fresh out of college, to like, I guess 2010 when I left the study center. And I work with the worst of the worst. I work with the dudes, like killers. Big Dog,
Yeah.
Me, Big Dog, Andre Mullins, Phil Ray. I work with a lot of dudes. And I saw the difference in them kids, man, when they spent time with us. And we had a chance to groom them and get them out the environment. One thing about me and Bruce, that thing helped Bruce. And I don't know, I didn't grow up with Bruce, and Bruce didn't grow up with me, but we both had parents, real parents. Bruce's dad was a no-nonsense dude. His mom, she was a strong woman, like my mother's a strong woman, like you guys' parents was. That means a lot in the household. I don't care where you grow up at. When you come to youth study center, Old Schumann Center, I can always the most fucked up, excuse my language, the most fucked up kids. You go on a visit, you see who raised them, you see where they at right now. Yeah. Either they raised by grandparents who can't control them, who too old to control them, or they raised by, like one time we had a kid, I ain't gonna say the kid's name, I ain't gonna say his name, I see him too, he's a grown man. But his mom came to visit one time in the study center with a North Philly Hose shirt on. He was so embarrassed, man. He was so embarrassed. He was hurt. He was arguing with his mom, talking to her like she was his girl, like, you digging it? So a lot of stuff to me it manifests at home. You come from the most fucked up neighborhood, the worst environment. If you ain't got no guidance at home from a brother, uncle, or aunt, or sister, a mom, a dad, who will keep you on the straight and narrow path. When I seen kids leave us, they clean, their head is right, they talking normal, they showing respect. And they say they go back out in the street, saying where they came from, South Philly, Northwest, Germantown, don't matter. All niggas was fucked up. They come back, they revert back what they was doing to survive. They surviving, a lot of them. A lot of them just surviving, trying to survive in a cool, fucked up area. You know what I mean? Sports, being athletic, we're playing ball and stuff, that helps you kind of get out of that type of environment too. You gotta have some. My mom, I didn't want to disappoint my mom. Wasn't like she was really hard on me, but I loved her enough. I didn't want her to see me in a jail cell. You know what I mean? I didn't want to see her on the corner selling drugs. And I didn't need that. I'm not a greedy. I don't need immediate success. I don't need a lot of money. I don't need the nicest cars. I don't need the baddest chicks. You know what I mean? But these dudes, they need all that. They look for that fast money. They don't have the patience. They ain't got the willpower to go to college like we did and struggle. I mean, me, Bruce, and Lou was eating wedgies. Remember, Bruce? We was eating wedgies like $3.
$3.95.
Yeah, like a wedgie. Me, him, and Lou would put a wedgie down the middle.
Hey, tell everybody what a wedgie is, dog.
A wedgie and then but ground beef rolled up in some dough with some onions and green peppers. It's a big John dough. You can see like 4 or 5 cats. You had some bowel moving problems for a while, but you know what I mean? It'll fill you up. But again, I just think a lot of times, man, I still try to talk to you. I'm not involved directly no more. I don't do that anymore. But I still try to talk to the young boys. I see a lot of young boys now, grown men. Because we grown men, I can't look at them. Muscled up, they got kids. They thank you, man. Thank you. They both. I listened to everything y'all told me. I did go do some time, but I thought everything you were saying was coming true. I think it's an environment. It's not just an environment. I think it's who's home, who's leading. Who's your leader? What's the leadership? Who's your leader? In my opinion, some dudes got cast in the streets. They lead them. I didn't, my leadership was at home. I had homies. I had homies that sold drugs. I had homies that went to school. I had homies that did everything. I fought every day. Now on drugs. Now in jail. It was just, what I mean, I didn't get caught up in that lifestyle. Like I said, I don't know. I think it's a combination of things. I think mainly that's what you learn at home, man. That's what you learn at home. Even I'm not saying even sometimes you have good parents and still fuck up too.
Oh, there's
No doubt.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, but
no doubt.
but 9 times out of 10, it's home. What you learn at home. For me, just me personally. Because I've seen kids, they say this kid terrible, bro. Y'all got you and Han, y'all gonna have a rough time with this boy. They have a rough time for like a week. Like a week.
Mm-hmm.
After he understand the rules, what he can get away with, he can't get away with, he straight. Big dog can tell you, he straightens right out.
Yeah.
They doing everything. They doing chores. And the mom say like, this my son. They go to place and they come back. When they go back out the streets and come back to us or doing something else, they reverted right back to what they was. And when they see, sometimes I've seen them in the streets, they see me like I'm their dad. Like also they putting the blunt down. They talk. Yo, chill. That's Mr. Bolo. That's chill. That's Big Dog. You know what I mean? Chill. You go. All right, chill. I go. Am I right? Am I lying?
Yeah.
I walk right to what's up, y'all doing out here? Shit, the cap can't even do. I walk right to what y'all doing out here, man. Oh no. So we can be right back when you come. No. Somebody out of pocket, they'll check you. I want to talk to him about that, but say whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a combination of things, man. But these young boys now, though, we was fighting for they shooting for. We had a brief, we fought. You fought over it. You might fight 2 or 3 times. Win, lose, or draw, you took out your respect, live yourself to it, laugh about it at 50. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Even me, Big Dog, we not arguing as brothers. That happens. But these guys, they argue about now, they kill each other for.
Oh yeah.
Stupid stuff.
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the thing about it, this is what I see more than anything is these young guys are getting to a point. See, I'm not young, so I can't just speak totally on it. They get to a point where like, yo, I'm not gonna take no more than this. Then I gotta be extreme with it. Right? But my point is, if you're gonna be extreme, do you understand the consequences of being extreme? Now I can understand if you're in the streets now. I understand if you're in the streets and you feel you need to be extreme, that's because you're trying to survive, right? But if you're an everyday dude, you can't think in extremes because what you're trying to do is live. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to do more than anything just to live.
Let me ask you something, Big Dog. Let me ask you something too. You think rap videos got something to do with a lot of that shit they live around?
Bro,
I love rap. That's my, I love DMX, Public Enemy, all that.
Let me answer your question.
Go ahead.
First and foremost, rap videos are entertainment. If your child think if your children think that is real life, then something is chemically wrong with your children.
Got a chemical
you
imbalance,
understand
man.
what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be funny. Because think about it. The 5 of us. I'm gonna let you speak. Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me just say this real quick. The 5 of us know that it's entertainment more than anything. All right.
Can I speak on that one though?
Go ahead.
So
I'm gonna let you speak, Bill. But go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce can go. Go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead.
As we were coming up, right? Like you could only see like bad movies at a certain time. You can only hear like maybe bad music at a certain time. But now these kids have access to it 24/7. And so just to hit on what Bill was talking about. See, big dog, you don't think that if you're constantly hearing like just like bad music, violence, and bad stuff like all day, every day, because it's right in the palm of your hand. It's right there. you can, and it's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? Where it's kind of like modifying your behavior. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but conditioning. Exactly. You don't think it's conditioning them a little, dog?
Bro,
I mean, big dog, Public Enemy conditioned.
Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
Public Enemy conditioned us.
Huh?
Public Enemy conditioned us.
Bro,
NWA conditioned a whole generation.
Let me respond to what you just said. First and foremost, Public Enemy they didn't condition us. You know why? Because you looking at me, my two brothers and myself always thought that way.
I get it. But we started wearing up there.
But see, that's the education that our parents gave us. But
my mom never messed with no rap music.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Phil. What I'm saying to you is this: what I do with my sons, like, yo, that shit you talking, you on that, especially with my 29-year-old, you on that, bro? That ain't nothing but entertainment.
But that's your leadership, dog. That's your strong leadership, though, dog. That's
right. What about kids that don't have someone like you in the house?
I get it.
Right.
But here's my point, though. People make it seem like because you don't have a strong mother or a strong father, you're
strong influence. No, I didn't say that.
Hold on. But you do. You still have a chance, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You do. But it makes a chance. It lessens the percentages, though.
See, that's what
it makes it more difficult.
That's what I cling to, though, man. That's just me and my argument. I just cling to that. I cling to, everybody got a chance.
Can I interject something real fast?
Go ahead, Jaquan.
Can I interject something real fast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You're four very intelligent, mature gentlemen, right? How does it sit with you guys that the world sees our community is so fucking that say influenced by energy? They can say they're influenced by having a strong male figure in the family, which is bullshit because the majority, which is white people, if you look at the numbers, they have more fatherless homes than we do. We have this thing where we let somebody else set our narrative, man. As a community, and we hear it and we adhere to it. We stick to it. I mean, we let it. We're victims to letting other people tell our stories. We're not. We're not an infantile society. We're not.
No. I agree.
The majority of the black men that I know, the majority of the black women that I know, are very very capable people. It's a narrative that affects us in a negative way, and that outside narrative is it's never anything that's grounded in how we were raised. That's we just pay too much attention to like I said, the outside narrative, man, and nobody respects us as adults, as grown people. Backwards. They we think with our just trying to manage or whatever, but stops like child. A child as somebody who's capable of making adult decisions. I was a big kid. I've been a big dude all my life, but when I was a child, I was always put in the front as somebody who was responsible for everybody else. And for the most part, man, I had no business, occupying that position because I didn't know. All my failures, usually spot on, but when I had successes, it was an anomaly.
I mean,
I got used to that narrative, like saying, like, well, shit, I'm not, Yeah, I'm not really expected to be successful in my life. So any positive achievement that I make, is pretty much going to be unprecedented for me. So once I get, past 23, 24 years old, I really don't got to put up a lot of effort. We come from a community where we fucking celebrate. We spend thousands of dollars on dudes graduating from high school for fucking open houses and shit. What the fuck? We have coming home parties for motherfuckers getting out of jail.
Hey,
Your guess is as good as mine, bro.
look. The great man Eddie Murphy. That cracker tastes like motherfucking steak. So if you starving, you happy for anything. And this is not justifying what you just said, because I agree with you totally. You feel what I'm saying? I do. So I want to go to Damon. You sitting up there, you pretty quiet. What you have to think about this conversation?
Buckle up.
It's all situational, man. Because here's the thing, man, that people don't really take into account, man. In terms of individuals, man. You know what I'm saying? What changes your life, man? If you in them streets, what changes your life? Is it somebody else, or is it you getting your head bumped? Because most cats, man, that get locked up in prison ain't saying, "Hey, man, I'm going back home, so I'm cool." You know what I'm saying? You put a 20-year tag, a 30-year tag on the motherfucker, he like, damn, he automatically turned into a motherfucker that's trying to survive, where he gonna lay his head for the rest of his life, with regrets. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, what we don't do, we sensationalize people that we deem success. We sensationalize this shit and say, oh, these motherfuckers, they talking, these motherfuckers he's selling dope, and he get money. Yeah, but he ain't talk. But he sensationalized this shit, and he ain't talking about when he got his head bumped either. You know what I'm saying? When he got his head bumped. When you get your damn head bumped, man, that's when you make the decision in your life. Am I gonna change the whole narrative about me? Am I gonna prove people wrong, or am I gonna prove people right? That's really what it boiled down to, and that's something that everybody go through, man. Coming from a good parent home or a bad one, everybody go through that shit, and you are faced with a situation. Now, if you got a cornball ass dude, old head, that's sitting up there trying to trick you, because that's what it is. He's trying to get you on that corner so he can get money. So he's selling you a dream. But you still not thinking about when you got your head bumped. He said, hey, dude, you too young to get arrested. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you too young to get arrested. But he ain't too young to get his head cracked or get killed on that fucking corner.
Yeah.
Don't talk about that shit. So there's, so we can sit back and we can talk about all our experiences, man, but what really get people's attention is they say, dude, I was where you at, and dude, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you ain't gonna survive that shit. Especially if you honest with them and say, dude, you won't have the mentality for it. Matter of fact, of course you're gonna be the first one to pull the trigger because you the scaredest motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You the scaredest motherfucker. Then now you got to go in. You got to go up in the joint, playing a role your whole life. You're not who you are. You didn't learn from that experience, be it negative or positive. You didn't learn from that shit. Okay. And now you just a fucking statistic. Okay.
You know
what I'm saying? Let me ask y'all a question. Real quick. Why do all these so-called heroes, Gotti, and we admire Italian mob dudes, Scarface? Anyway,
it's power, Bill. Power.
Right. Because it's influence, though. We people like that. They like to see gangsters survive and be on top, dying.
Hey, now, let me just say this, and I'm gonna let everybody else come in on this also. Let me just say this. When I say power, that's what it was.
You know what? I think it's the organization.
But hold on, Jaquan. Our community is attracted to power. You see what I'm saying?
But no rapper call himself Bumpy Johnson.
Yeah,
they'll say Italian mobsters all day.
Hold on. hold on. Understand what you know about the man, Bumpy Johnson, is what the theatrical release has been about him.
He's a gangster. He's a
Yes, sir.
gangster.
That's what he is. He's a bad guy. See, the thing about me and my brothers, we understand what bad guys were. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I know what bad guys was too.
No,
I got
no. I'm not saying, I'm not debating that, Bill. What I'm saying to you is, this is my personal experience. I know a bad guy because I've seen bad guys that were personally knew my father doing bad things to people. You understand what I'm saying to you? Of course, you know and let me just really and truly. I don't want to stray too far from this, but really and truly, the myth about being a gangster. Now, the five of us know what a gangster is really about. A gangster always looking over his shoulder. A gangster is paranoid. A gangster is always wondering what's going on and when it's going on.
right. You talking
That's how
about guys like us who have common sense, big dog. We talking about kids who don't see that side. All they see is one thing.
of course they do.
They
You
see
know why?
power, they see money, they see lifestyle. That's all they
Why?
see.
Because, hey, Bill, because it's the easiest way to go. It's the
Right.
easiest
Look,
way. It's the easiest path that they think is the easiest path, but it's not. It's the worst path to go.
hey, here's something hilarious as hell, man. I was kicking it with some young cats, and this dude kept talking about he was a pimp and shit, right? And we just sitting around drinking. I'm pimp this, and I got hoes that, right? So about 45 minutes pass. Yeah, man, you check on my hoes, and this and that and this, right? And I'm sitting up here looking at this dude, and they all, geeking him up and all this shit, right? So about 2 or 3 hours pass, and he's still there talking that shit, right? And I got tired of it. So I said, dude, so you a pimp, huh? He said, yeah, nigga, I'm a pimp. This what I do. I said, I ain't never met no pimp that stayed in one place for 3 hours, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Where you tell me how is that a pimp, man? Well, man, you don't know. I said, dude, don't, ain't no motherfucking stick up dude staying in no place for 3 hours. Ain't no motherfucking pimp. Ain't none of them cats in one place sitting because they hustling. They trying to get theirs, and you sitting here with us bragging. You know what I'm saying? You don't even. You know what I'm saying? You can't even. You can't even lie about the position that you in, no. And somebody, and like I told him, I said, dude, where I came from, you kept talking that shit. Them real cats, they'd have been in your pockets, man. You know what I'm saying? They'd have lured you away. That's the reality of the shit, dude. You talking.
All right, look, look,
You know
look.
what I'm saying?
Hey, hey,
Ain't no
hey,
pimp standing in no one place for no fucking 3 hours, dog.
hey, Damon. Let
What?
me cut in real quick because I need the four of you guys to respond on this. I know y'all looking at this comment, the comment section, and I definitely need y'all to respond on this joint right here because I'm so curious to see the four of you guys' reaction to this. Right? It's not bad. I just want to hear what you think about it. Okay? Somebody said, what we feed our spirit will manifest in our life. Anything that monopolizes your mind will influence your being as far as rap music, people teach, teachers teach, etc. So what do you think you guys think about that? Basically what in my interpretation of it is what you see every day will influence your behavior. Do you guys really believe that?
Can
Yeah?
I go first?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
Yes. And that's what I was hitting on earlier. If so, a lot of kids today have technology in their palm of their hand all day long. And if the images that they're seeing and the messages that they're hearing all day long, yes. So that word that you said that I was looking for was conditioning. It's conditioning. So, of course it is. I mean, you think about it. If somebody tells you they love you every day, eventually you will believe it. If you say that, and I know you have to back yourself with action, but if you tell yourself, I'm going to do something, and you say it every day, and you affirm it every day, and you take steps towards that every day, it'll happen. It may not happen exactly the way you want it, but you'll be moving towards it. Yeah, and I believe that wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Bill, what do you
Yeah,
think?
I was having I'm trying to get my headphones on. What was the question again? I'm sorry, dog.
Are you looking at the comments?
I can look at them. Go ahead.
Okay, now all right, I'm gonna go to Jaquari, then you look at the comments and then we're gonna come back to you. Jaquari, what do you think? Jaquari?
Yeah, I think
Damon.
there's a good point there. Rap music people, teachers, and everything do have a major influence on us and everything, but that's just what they are. They're influences. You know, none of those factors are they don't make up who we become as people. You know, we still have our core values. Even if you didn't grow up in a household where core values were emphasized or whatever,
Oh,
you
Dale.
know, you your observational skills are sharp enough for you to be able to tell what's acceptable and what's unacceptable.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I mean,
The battery fell.
what happened?
Hey Damon, what do you think?
I'm just, me
Yeah,
being
so I
honest
mean,
with.
overall, man, I partially agree. I partially agree because I was influenced by rap music. It was a phase. You know, I was influenced by people. It was a phase.
Okay. Damon, go ahead, brother.
I think yes, it is it's all about peer pressure and want to feel like you belong to something, man. You know, if you listening to certain rap music,
Thank you, son.
and honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think it's all dependent on the individuals, and it depends on where you are in your life, man. If you a lost cat, then you're gonna be influenced by a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be influenced by a lot of shit. Now you're gonna get lost in that if you don't have somebody there. You know what I'm saying? That can combat that influence over you, that make you feel like, hey man, hey, if you grind, if you work a job and you grind, you can have whatever you want. You just might take longer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no balance there.
And even through that, you can make a mistake. Some cats just make mistakes.
Well,
You caught with the wrong crowd. You caught with the wrong crowd too.
Yep.
The wrong
but
people.
our life always has room for mistakes, though, Bill. See
Right.
that's
Sure.
the
That's what I'm
key
saying.
to it.
Right.
That's what he said. I mean,
And
they see.
sometimes, go ahead. I'm sorry, Phil. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, that's what Bill was saying. You know, you gonna get. That's what I meant by you gonna get your head bumped. So
Right.
you go ahead and
Right.
finish your point, man.
I was just saying, sometimes you can just make a bad decision too. I've made plenty of bad decisions. You know what I mean? So you make bad decisions, you caught up on the wrong side of the law too. But I think what they're saying is correct. I think what Bruce is saying is correct. I think the outside influences, if there's not a powerful enough influence in your home or in your own mind, you're gonna get caught up. You're gonna get caught up. I don't care who
But
you are. You ain't gotta be a tough guy or a gangster. I know some nice kids who got caught up in stupid shit, who shot people,
but but the
trying to prove
comment
something.
was what you feed yourself every day.
Oh
That
yeah,
that
right.
pretty much was the comment. What you take in every day, what you feed yourself every day. And my own personal opinion, it's very true. What you feed yourself every day, what you hear every day, what you do every day, that's what's going to dictate your actions. Everybody's going to get their head bumped. Everybody's going to fall. Everybody's going to make a mistake. But if you are grounded and like you have like a certain belief system based on what You're hearing every day, you're reading every day, you believe every day. Like take religion for instance. Like it's easy to lose your faith, right? Based on what you see. Like something can happen to you. Somebody close can die to you. Somebody close can get killed. Your kids could be on drugs. But if you're constantly, and I'm not an opponent of religion. I'm not trying to like promote that. I'm just saying, but if you stay within your faith and you're reading stuff every day, inspirational stuff, you get over those hurdles, those obstacles, right? That's really all I'm trying to do.
That's a good example. That's a good
That's
example.
definitely a good example. Yeah.
Hey, Bruce, that was great. That was great. But see, here's the thing, and you kind of touched on it, and I want y'all to really comment on because I want to go into our one of our questions that we talked about last night. So here's my thing, and I want you guys to comment on real quick. Individuality is really the most important thing when it comes to what you do, as far as whether or not you on the street, whether or not you stay home, whatever. Who you feel you are as the individual. You feel what I'm saying? Can you guys comment on that? Do you think the individual really has to? Because here's the thing. Everybody said something about who your OG is. Whether your mom, your uncle, your dad, everybody, right? It depends on your OG and how you respond to who it is, right? But the thing about it is the individual has to listen to that great advice. What do you guys think about that? We'll start with you, Bruce, because you're the newbie. What do you think?
So I think it kind of goes back to what we were talking about. You don't even have to listen to what somebody's saying, right? To be able.
But is the individual really a?
Hold on, Jaquari. Hold on. Go ahead, Bruce.
It's not like if someone is telling you something every day. I mean, you will believe it. Maybe take it in. But I think also what's important is what they see, right? So your parents may not say a word to you, but you see them getting up every morning, going to work, and they don't have to say a word to you. Actually, to be quite honest, I don't remember them saying too much, but it's what you saw, right? So you thought that's what you had to do. So it's not just someone like telling you something to do, but it's also the examples that are around you.
Okay. Jaquari, go ahead and comment what you were saying.
Now, when you consider, man, being influenced by things that you hear, things that you see, things that you're involved in, and then you consider, the question of the individual. Does the individual even matter in this? Because, as far as young people and think are concerned, and individual. I mean, think about the narratives that come out of our communities, man. You either a street dude, like and you out there hustling, trying to eat, or you're a regular dude trying to play sports and go to school and do the right thing, or what have you. But when everybody adheres to these common narratives, man, and we don't bother to take the time, man, or either that or we're just too lazy to try to come up with our own shit, the individual doesn't matter. The individual does not matter, especially when thousands of individuals make up the whole, but individually, a lot of these individuals, a lot of single entities are failing in the eyes of the world, but are really failing.
Yeah, but how do you combat that though, bro? I mean,
I don't know if the individual matters, man. I really don't.
Okay, but in terms of you and your particular
Resiliency,
life, man.
We talk
Right,
about
but so-
about teaching. We talk about teaching.
Go. Hey, let him respond to that, Jaquari. Go ahead, Damon.
You don't think you don't think something.
Go ahead, Damon.
No, when you say the individual don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But the individual make up the whole, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you are, you bring that to the whole, man. And nobody else, nobody. Did I mistake what you were saying? Did I misinterpret what you were saying?
Yeah, I said the individual doesn't matter when the individuals are consuming the outside narrative.
Yeah,
When you
but
develop such a high level of groupthink, then where does the individual live? He doesn't.
I get, especially if you buy into the group narrative. I get that, man.
yeah, that's bleak, man. If you fall into that narrative, that's a bleak undertaking, man.
I agree.
That's very bleak, man. Because
Well, I tell you what. Give me an example of in our communities where we haven't fed into the group narrative. Just give me one.
Hell,
Oh, there's
let me answer that. Let me answer that. And let me just say that in the generic form, the five of us have not fed into the group narrative because we all are college educated individuals with families and moving forward.
Can I give you just like a real world example that just what I saw today? So
Okay.
so Spoke, what do you think? What do you think is the main sport in the hood that most kids gravitate to?
Basketball.
Basketball, right? That's the narrative, right? Just today, well, before you came on, they were asking me what I did today. I was mostly painting one of the houses that's vacant right now. But anyway, and I had Nicole's brother with me, Charles. Just today, right? And we were just talking about this. Today, like this elementary school right across the street from us. Now the school is not in summertime, so they're on summer break. But they had three huge bus loads of people like lacrosse players. So we're in the hood, a lacrosse player. So like that's something that right there, like is an example of people going against like the narrative. It's stuff that they don't that I don't think is promoted every day, that you may not hear on the news, that you may not see. But it's people out there doing different stuff and doing good stuff, doing different things that buck the trend, that don't follow the narrative. There are a lot of individuals out there, but we just don't hear about it. We don't see it a lot because that's not what they talk about.
Okay. Bill, you was about to say something. What's the deal?
I mean, y'all all kind of said it all. Everybody's actually right. I don't think nobody's wrong. I think it's influences negative and positive. I mean, we said going to college is we go to college. Me and Bruce walked around with our pants inside out. You know what I mean? For a semester. Me, Bruce, couple guys. I mean, we just silly young boys having a good time. You know what I mean? Following each other. Always been the youngest of the guys I hung with. I always hung around with older dudes, and I was always a young boy too. So my mind's always telling me, make sure be careful because I think my mind think I was a follower. He said, all my boys are older than me. I always seen to run out with them all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. It's just rough. You got to be strong minded. You got to have strong will, and you got to have the right influence. You know what I mean? I don't think there's no right and wrong. It's a combination of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It comes to a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? You can be a follower behind the right guy. I mean, Big Keith, I followed behind Keith. I was 17. I was 17. Keith was what, 21 probably, Keith? Yeah. I think when I met you, I knew Keith through Tia. And Keith, I would go to Keith's room and Keith would, have me drinking like that crazy. You know what I mean? But also, Keith also got...
I just don't put him out there like that.
I'm not saying like that. Not drinking like. Well, listen. He also got my first job. He also got my first job, first real job.
Yeah.
And he working
Hey,
with kids. I was
he
gonna
just
be a
had you
cop.
drinking responsibly.
He had me drinking
He
as well.
said,
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Keith, I would drink away before I met Keith, honestly. You know
right.
that. What I'm saying. Keith, I was gonna become a cop. Keith said, "Y'all got something better you should do, Bill." That's how I wanted to be working with kids all my life. You know what I mean? So there's always influence. Me and Bruce influence each other. You know what I mean? There's influences. Sometimes you'll follow, sometimes you're a leader. You gotta be around the right people. You gotta have the right influence in your life. But sometimes you can have the wrong ones that influence you the wrong way. This
There's no doubt. There's no. But hey, look, let me say this, and then I'm going to ask the questions we talked about last night. Right here's the thing. There's a couple things we're gonna do some because I want to address the comments, right? But the bottom line is this: when I talk about individuals, I'm not talking about you following somebody to do what they do word for what they want you to do word for word. What I'm saying to you is you got to become a sponge, not a follower, but a sponge.
okay.
Understanding, understanding where this man, he said, yo, because you got to think about it, your OGs. Sometimes your OGs be way in left field with that bullshit because they got trauma themselves that they dealing with. You see what I'm saying? But you listen to what they have to say, and you basically bring it on to you. Because with Bruce, Bill, my brothers, really and truly, I never and correct me if I'm wrong. When it came to you guys, I never said, "Yo, y'all need to do this." What the fuck is going on? No, I had a conversation with you, like, "Yo, why do you want to do that? Where is it going with that? How you doing with that?" You feel what I'm saying? Because really and truly, I made mistakes in my whole life, man. You know what I mean? So I'm not that guy that's on the mountaintop and the guy that you want to achieve to be. What it is if you see me, is the person that's trying to achieve the best that I can achieve. Period. Right? Now, I just want to comment on some things. Cousin Terrence, love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to acknowledge everybody who came in the comments. Eric Harris, love you too, brother. You know what I mean? Old head, right? And one of the
What up, bro?
comments says, and this is addressing you, Spoke. And I know you've seen it. It said, following the narrative, as a young girl living in the projects, the expectation was that I was going to, you know what, to the factory, get pregnant, not necessarily get to college and do something great with my life. Let me just basically break that down because I can see that person was just typing real fast. Basically, what's going on is the fact that, she was a young black woman and her only expectation was to find a husband and just get on with her life. You feel what I'm saying? That's the narrative that's always been preached to all of us, right? But she became a basketball player, full scholarship, and went on with her life. Became an educator. You see what I'm saying? Because see, this is the thing that I want to concentrate on with everyone that's watching us, everyone that's on this podcast, the other four gentlemen. The bottom line is we see resilience every single day. And the four of you guys have always heard me preach this. Every single day we see resilience. But what's pumped into our heads is we don't have resilience. So to me, how do you fight against that resilience? Right? And that's a rhetorical question more than anything. But the one question I want you guys to answer is this. If you had a chance to talk to these young guys now, and you wanted to give them one or two things especially if they had your ear, what would they be? Now, guy, when you answer this, I don't want you look, you don't need to be profound. What do you personally want these young men to understand from you, from the years that you've been on this planet? And what do you want them to know? We're going to start with our guest, Bruce. You'll be the first in line, unless you don't want to be.
Started with me. Wow. If I had
Hold
that
on, hold
ear.
on, hold on, hold on. If you don't want to be first, I'll go to the
No,
old heads, and they
no, I
ready
go.
to, they already got, they're getting ready to pull the trigger. So you want to go first?
Yeah, no, that's no problem. That's no
All
problem.
right, let's go, Bruce.
If I had that ear. So I think when I first came on, I said I wasn't really about the street stuff. That just wasn't me. Yeah, we played sports all day long and did our thing, but nighttime I was a rap, and pretty much everybody. Um, so I can't really speak to that element. But just overall, like, and I'm not talking about young kids, 12, 13. I'm talking more so once you start to get into like manhood and womanhood, like 18, 19, 20. I would say, please save your money, invest your money. Um, it, like fast money, you never. I wouldn't say never. It's very hard to achieve, but wealth is very easy to achieve, and it doesn't take a lot. It just takes discipline. And I'm not saying I followed this. I made some mistakes. But if I could go back and do it, I would start very young saving, and I would save, and I would be disciplined. Like if you saved $150 a month for like 25 years, and if you had a modest interest rate, and I know I'm going a little off the topic a little bit, but you'd be surprised how much you would have saved. And when you get to that point, and you could be in your early 50s, late 40s, early 50s, and that would give you an opportunity to be able to have options, be able to have financial freedom. Like I would say, be disciplined and saving. And also, in terms of like our community, where I grew up, it's been gentrified, totally gentrified. Um, like it's almost exact opposite of what it was when I was growing up. There's still a lot of us there, but it's been gentrified, and I hate seeing it. And I'm one of the reasons for it. Like as soon as I had a chance, I was out of there, and a lot of people are like, but so it's that gave an opportunity for like the area to go down. But I would say invest in the community as well, because if we control real estate, if we control the property, we are more empowered to do things. We have more power politically, financially, and I think we would start to see like a positive change. So I would say save, invest, and really invest in your community, like just the real estate, just the houses, so that we would keep control of this area. That's it.
Okay, okay. Damon, what do you think, brother?
If I had the ear, I mean, I've throughout my life, I had a lot of cat's ears and stuff, man. And the one thing I was honest, because when they looking at you, they see they before they ask a question, they gonna see how you gonna play them with your answer. You know what I'm saying? So they're watching the whole time. But the one thing I've always said when I was engaged with young men and women, I always say, especially whatever they're going through right now, if they like in trouble and struggling or whatever, I would say, okay, I would see what their attitude is, and if they had a blasé attitude or they were angry or whatever, I would ask this simple question. Okay, this is where you are right now. This is just a footnote in your life, man. But what if you live till you 90 years old? You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna be the same shit? Are you gonna keep the same mindset and attitude? Because at some point in time, you're gonna have to make some changes. You're gonna have to adjust. You know, and in that adjustments is going to have to be based on your personal experience because your personal experience is not like everybody else's, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not like everybody else's. You know what I'm saying? If you lose your car, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can identify with somebody else's shit got repossessed, but when your shit got repossessed, how did it affect your personal family? You feel what I'm saying? You got to think along them lines, man, because I've said it 1,000 times, man. 8 billion motherfuckers on this planet. We got similar experiences, but we take it all and experiences all differently, man. Personally. You know what I'm saying? And it affects us different. And that's what we put back out in the world. You're gonna be angry and bitter, and that's what you're gonna put out there, or you gonna be an example for somebody to say, damn, he got through it. I probably can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta internalize it and make it personal to you. It's your personal triumph. You know what I'm saying? When Alexander the Great got all them motherfuckers to go over to conquer the world, he say, "Hey man, y'all can be great right along with me with your own personal shit, be it living or dying through it." You know what I'm saying? You could be remembered in song and shit, or you could be a general who I put in place to, you know what I'm saying, run this city. You know what I'm saying? But it's all personal. It's all what you put into it. You know,
Okay.
if that's making sense to you.
Got you. Got you. Jaquari, you up, brother?
Uh, let me see. It's a good question, man. I mean, as the Damon just said, man, I've been given the privilege of having many here, and to instead of me trying to give people the answers, man, you know, I might make a statement, man, that'll help them to kind of think through this, you know, situation or whatever, man. But I think we're in a state, man, that as I referred to earlier, man, we've gotten into the mindset that you know we're not a responsible community, man. We're an infantile community, man. We need other people, you know, us to make decisions for us. You know, there's very few narratives like the one referred to earlier that are different for other communities than they are for us. Like White said, you know, her narrative was you know, the expectation to have a baby, get married, and work in a factory. That's a narrative for, you know, for every little girl across the world. Every little girl wants to be married and, you know, and probably have kids and have a husband and you know and live a life that way. Why is it that, you know, we have to, as a community, put forth this image of extra? You know, I mean, it's our opinions of ourselves, man. You know, even as the individual, I just heard you. Even as far as the individual, man, our self image, man, is inflated and conflated outside of needs of our community, man. That, you know, none of our problems will ever be solved because, you know, I got something to say. I understand you got something to say, but right now is not the fucking time for you to say it. Right now, it's the time for us to show ourselves up, as Bruce said, economically, man. Right now is the time for us to show ourselves up politically, man. You know, and we've got to get outside of all you know, uh, all of the rest of the world, all of the rest of the world's expectations of us. You know, we need to stop concentrating on other people's causes, man. We need to concentrate on the state of Black America. If we do that, it'll probably bring it'll probably bring a couple other things that you might look on as negative, man. But those are things that we need, man. We need to be on an island by ourselves and work shit out for ourselves. We need that. We can't even work with each other, man. So the notion of us working with anybody else out in the world is that's a dead issue. It's a dead issue. It really is, man. And I'm not dooming and gloom, man. I'm definitely not. I definitely don't want to send that message. But what? Getting back to resiliency, man. I don't necessarily need. What are you doing, bro?
Doom and gloom. Go ahead, man. Finish up. I'm with you.
You just fucked up my flow. What is all that shit? What are you doing?
He stopped you in your tracks, bro. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm saying. Go ahead and finish your flow, man.
That was funny, man.
That shouldn't have interrupted you at all, man. Damn. Are you good?
No, I mean that's just what it is, man. That was it, man. Yeah, I'm good.
My fault, man. Look, I apologize. Damn, I thought
I'm
you
good.
was gonna go ahead and finish up. I thought you was at the end, man. My bad. Bill, let's go, baby.
Yes, sir. I've been thinking about that question all day, all night. Last night, today, big dog. It's a tough question because, and all three of them brothers before preceded me made a lot of sense. I hear what Bruce saying about the investment piece, because when I was growing up, we didn't think about entrepreneurship. We thought more. I was taught to get a job, get a pension, work a good job, government job or something for 30 years, get a pension, and and retire and sit back and go to college. You know what I mean? But now these guys, this I guess you call them millennials. I guess they call them millennials. I guess they more of entrepreneurship. They don't believe in. They're not really school oriented. They believe in businesses, everybody's got businesses now, and these little, you know what I'm saying? They got their own way of making their own wealth. They don't think about a pension or health care, none of that type of stuff. They got a different type of focus. So, and I like what Fluke's saying, because every kid is, in my dealings, every kid is approached different. Every kid's different. Every kid has their own, some real hard. Just depends. But one thing I will say that I think that I would love to, if I get an ear, is conflict resolution, man. We gotta learn to deal with conflict better than what we deal with as Black people. You know what I mean? We have no conflict. Even when I worked with the young boys back in the day, their way of dealing with conflict was just not acceptable. It's going to lead you places where you don't need to be. That's the first thing. We got to learn, and that's kind of go back to what Corey was saying too. We got to be able to deal with each other. We got to be able to sit down and say, yo, man, you disrespecting me. I didn't appreciate that, blah, 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 blah. And we deal with it together. And sometimes you might have to throw some hands. Sometimes you may have to. That's life. Brothers fight, right? I'm pretty sure y'all got in the rumbles before. Brothers rumble. That don't mean it got to be the end. You may got to pull out a gun because you did something to me. I shoot you. I'm in jail the rest of my life. It's a Black man going, a father going, a son going, a nephew going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
conflict resolution is on my mind. I like what Bruce said about that. That's the one thing I regret in my life. I made a lot of money, throughout my life up at school. I spent a lot. I always bought a nice car, you know what I mean? Tried to buy nice clothes, you know what I mean? So I bought a house, thank God, as a younger man, you know what I mean? So, but same part, I could have did more. I look back, I could have done more with my money than what I did do. You dig me? And also, I believe in patience. Patience is key too, man. Everybody want what they want now. These young boys want it now. They want it now. I was taught to go to college. I guess we was all taught the same thing. Had to grind out high school. I didn't pay attention to what the other man had. I paid attention to what I had to get for myself. And I knew I saw the bigger goal. I saw the bigger picture. I wasn't no brainiac to go to college. Believe me, I wasn't. I might have been C, B student. I wasn't like Bruce. You know what I mean? I wasn't real smart. I was kind of an average student. So I had to struggle a little different. Other people had to struggle. But I saw the people talk. I was taught the big, from probably my big sister teach about the big picture. The big picture is this. This your goal is attained. When you reach those goals, then those high. There was a picture somebody had in college. I don't know if it was Bruce of higher education. Was there a picture talking about? It was something about when you get higher education, have like a Porsche in the driveway,
That was me.
Lamborghini. That was you,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the benefits of being patient and enduring and struggling. You know what I mean? It's like a fighter. It's like a heavyweight fighter. You fight, you start golden gloves, you work your way up, whatever, and eventually your big money fighter come. But these guys that I see now, these young boys that I see, and I work with, even when I work with them when I was in center all the time, don't have patience. They want money now. They want that car now. They want that. They want that. They want them Nike. They want them Jordans now. That's why they take people's stuff. It's like he got them. I want his now. I want his money now. I see that car. I want to take that car now. I was different. I had patience. I saw the big picture. So I think patience. It's a couple of things. Patience, endurance, conflict resolution is horrible, man. I mean, listen, man. I don't know. I guess everywhere in Philadelphia, man, dudes shoot people over the dumbest stuff, bro. Dumbest shit, man. Dumbest shit, bro. I'm stepping on my shoe. You look at my girl. Come on, you got a nice looking girl. Somebody gonna look at her, bro. Somebody gonna look at her. As long as they don't put their hands on her, that's one thing. You dig me? But I just think patience, conflict resolution is important. We can't deal with conflict. Black, we can't deal with conflict. Everything is violence. Everything got to go to the guns. I mean, that's just my opinion. Again, I think what Bruce said was awesome. Luke said was good. Corey said some good things. I think that the piece about the investing money and build on communities, you're right. We should be doing, but we don't do. I should do better with that too. As a man, I can admit that myself. I should do better with that too. I can own 10 properties right now, but I wasn't thinking like that then. I wasn't on that type of that mindset. I wish I was, but I wasn't. But that's some of the things
Same here.
I mean, just that's conflict resolution. I think is a big. We got to look through a conflict, man. Just to me, it's just simple. We got to learn how to deal with each other, work together, build together. Even if you're doing legal stuff, a lot of communities are built. A lot of religions and churches and casinos and places now that thrive were built off legal money, legal stuff. But they put that legal stuff back in the community, like Bruce was saying. I think that's what Bruce was saying. Putting it back in the community, and building the schools up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I interrupted. No, but I was agreeing. Yes, I was saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, building the schools up, building the playgrounds up, make a safe place so kids go play basketball, not worry about getting shot while you're playing basketball, or shot while you're watching a high school football game. You dig me? But that's just I don't want to be too long-winded, but those are some of the things. That's a tough question because I like what Fluke said. Every person, every kid, every person is different. It's hard to like even this family. Hey, everybody has their own way of thinking, their own way of separating themselves. But it's hard to generalize. Say everybody's the same, but in the same process, we got conflict resolution is important, patience is important, and investing is important. And I know investing was my biggest issue. I wish if I could go back 30 years. If I can go back 30 years, I think I'd be right now be a real estate market. I could be something. I know I'll be better than what I am now.
Yeah.
If I had somebody like Bruce tell me that, yo, man, let's do this and that. None of my homies was like that. We wasn't thinking like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Bruce was telling us that's why he was always laid back and shit. One sense.
He wasn't saying that to you. He saying that to me though.
Chill.
Let me just say this because I seldom really we have the questions we usually answer and all these different things. I usually let my brothers and whoever guests answer those questions because I really and truly want to hear what they have to say. But what I want to say to this is a couple things, two things. First and foremost, if I was to talk to the youth right now, the first thing I would say is, I'm not your enemy. We are not on opposite sides because we both want the same thing. But what I find now, because, and it's always been throughout my 57 years of existence, period, what I find now is that if I look back on my life, it's like, okay, we fed into the generational gap. We did. Oh, yeah, you know, the old heads don't understand what we saying and blah, blah, blah. But really and truly, I understood. I saw right through that shit. First and foremost, no, we still saying the same thing. It's just the simple fact that I'm on a different page in the same chapter that you're in. I'm on a different page. So really and truly, we are saying the same thing, but our egos will not let us, won't not allow us to see that we're saying, yo, what we need to do is get together and make it into something that's going to push us forward, period. You know, I know I'm sounding like it's just some generalized shit, right? But really and truly, these young boys, first of all, from an old head perspective, me personally, I think the old heads will say, these young boys don't want to listen to shit. That's ego talk. Because what you have to do is humble yourself like, yo, man, I get it. Ask questions. You ain't got to say, yo, you done, blah, blah, blah. No. Ask a question like, yo, man, why do you want to do it that way? Not because I want to trick you up and try to corner you in some shit. No. I want to know why you want to do it that way, because you might be teaching me. Because I still have hands on a little bit of cash. You might make me rich. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mutual exchange. We continue to learn from each other. We continue. Look, I'm an old head. I put myself in the old head category. So I'm an old head. So my thing is, I'm still learning as an old head. I don't care. That's me. But the thing about it is, I share what I know to people who don't know. But I also receive with people who might know, even if we're on the same plane, you probably know a little bit more than me. So I don't let the ego get in the way. So what I would share with these youngins is, yo, we're not enemies. Let's talk and communicate with each other. I might not like what you say. You might not like what I have to say, but I'm going to give you enough time to listen to what the fuck you got to say. You know what I'm saying? It's real. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I gotta listen to you. But give me the respect to listen to me. Because I told you guys last night that these young boys are living the life that we lived when we was on our leisure time. And what I mean by that is, when we was out, they're living a life where we was out carefree, you know, drinking, doing these things, right? But when they're starting to make money and really make a living with their lives, it has to do with this, what we're on right now, this platform, this social media platform. So, you know, the five of us, we out here grinding every day, looking at a boss every day. We're looking at a boss every single day, right? So we're still dealing with personality. But these youngins, they're dealing with, hey, you deal with my personality. If you like me, give me the likes, give me the personality, you know, give me Give me the thing that's what's going on. Give it to me. Because when you like and subscribe to me, I'm making a living. You know what I'm saying? That's real. That's what's going on with these youngins nowadays. And
That was
it's
Man.
easier for
so
them.
subtle.
And I
Bro.
love it. I love the fact that it's easier for them. Because guess what? The 5 of us on this screen right now, we went through, even though it's different degrees, we went through fucking hell because we were looked at as different, as different, not the norm. So we had to work harder than anybody else. So I respect the fact that these youngins, some of these youngins, a lot of these youngins don't have to do that. All they have to do is do what? Sit here in front of the screen like, yo, look at me. I'm beautiful. Look at me. You love my personality. All you got to do is click, and I'm good. So that's my whole opinion with that. Hey, hold on, Mitch. Love you, brother. You know what I mean? Congratulations on your retirement. You know what I mean? Because we came through the same shit. Yo, and hey, Terry White Scott, you talking about your ego pride though. Hey, Ja'Cory, let me just say this. We got 3 Pitt brothers, 3 Pitt grads, first and foremost. We got a graduate from Albion College, one of the most powerful private colleges in the country, and we got North Carolina Central. You know what I'm saying? We got 5 graduates, college graduates on here doing our thing.
The North Carolina Central.
You say the.
Eagles
Like
fly
the
high.
Ohio State. Go ahead with that bullshit, bro.
Fuck those guys.
All right, well, look, this is what we're going to do. What I want to do, hey, we extending this shit for real because we old heads. And look, 5 of us, we love each other, so we're going to go a little longer. So before we get into Damon's segment, what I want to do is Bill and Bruce talk about how y'all know each other. Talk about what's going on. Look. I want y'all to flashback. Fuck that.
I don't fuck with that light skinned kid like that, Keith. I don't fuck with that light skinned boy.
All right, but look, Bill, we're gonna start with you because me and my brothers, you know, we on the outside, we know y'all guys. You know what I'm saying?
How I met Bruce.
Yeah, look, this is the time to give each other love for the friendship that y'all know from fucking 1986. No, fuck that, Bill. Hey, Bruce,
86.
how long? Oh, you was 17.
86.
No,
How long
it was 86, but we met before we got to Pitt, though.
Fucking right.
Yeah, Bruce ran that down already. He gave us the whole skilo.
No. Damon, it wasn't the friendship because when they went to Pitt, that's when the friendship really developed.
I met Bruce through this dude named Ian Smith. I went to high school with a dude named Ian Smith.
That's what he said.
That's what Bruce said.
Yeah, me and Ian actually left the school I went to, another school. Me and him still played ball together and kept in contact. He's from down the bottom. So I'll see him down the bottom. I had cousins down that way. And I'll go down and run ball. You run ball. I see him on the course, on the streets, or, whatever. And one day he's like, yo, what you going to do with your stuff at the school, Bill? I said, I'm going to college. He said, yeah, I'm, blah, blah, blah. He was a North Carolina fan, and I was a Georgetown fan back then. He loved North Carolina, and I loved Georgetown Hoyas. He was like, yo, you going to Pitt? He's one of my best friends. I want to go to school now. I'm going to Pitt in the fall, too. Y'all need to meet up. It's like that. I said, where y'all going to be tonight? He said, we're going to be down South Street. I said, fuck it, I'm there. I'll be there. You know what I mean? Went home, went home, got ready, went down there. I think me and my man Trev went down there. And I said, me and Ian met like right there by Jim Steaks, right, Bruce? I think it was. Right in the little area in there. And this is my man Bruce. And Bruce was in the shadows, right? He had a Boston Red Sox hat down, all the way down to his eyes, dog.
That's a storytelling cat, boy.
With the B hat on, right? Right. He's standing. I said, "What's up, man? What's your name?" He said, "My name Biz." You know, fucking Biz. What's your name, man? My name Biz.
That's a storytelling cat.
Hey, yo, he said it was a mistake, like he was working.
Yeah. He's quite on Biz. What the fuck is a Biz? Square Biz. Don't shit about Square Biz. So I said, all right, I think we had orientation together, I think, right, Bruce, so I can remember. And I said, we saw each other, and we always take right from the day one. I think me and Bruce was cool from day one. I don't think not a day after that we weren't together or hanging out together, or then I think eventually I met Lou and all that, but and Kia. But I think me and Bruce was cool. Me, Bruce, and Chris Owens, right? I think Bruce. Chris Owens.
I was cool with Chris Owens, but you was more cool with him. I met him through you.
Okay, me and Bruce came tight. We was friends. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Our first party, right? The first union party. My man, we went and got dressed, right, Jacoy? My man came downstairs with a leather blaze on, right? He had leather blaze on, a Run DMC hat, on the Run DMC brim joints, and a gazelle. I said, my man,
no gazelle. Yo, dog. Yo, get your man off this podcast. Yo, that's a storytelling cat.
I let you tell the story.
Yeah, the Dobbs on.
Yeah. Then he had a sweatsuit. He had a Pittsburgh sweatsuit. His aunt brought him a Pittsburgh sweatsuit, but she had the wrong color. It was red and white. I said, ain't Pittsburgh black and gold or blue and gold? She bought a red and white joint for the man. He had a union party kicking it with his broom on.
You bought the sweatsuit from the liquor store?
Huh? But it was a liquor store. I said, Mom bought me a sweatsuit. I said, what's that joint? I said, red. I said, red and white. Blue and gold. Well, at least the tailor cut it black and gold. Am I lying about the sweatsuit?
No, you're not lying. You are embellishing, but you're not lying. I'll let you tell the story. You tell the story. I ain't gonna tell it. I can't tell it like you. You're a storytelling cat. But fellas, that is how we met, though. That is exactly how we met. But hey, before I get into that, do y'all see the jersey in back of me?
I saw it, cheeks. Who's the other? I can't see the other one.
Well, that's LeBron, and that's y'all Michigan man, Magic. So
Michigan State.
Yeah, but I want y'all to focus on the Chiefs jersey. That was my man growing up. I loved him, always wore a number, and he don't get his respect in history. So
the greatest team in history, 83 Sixers.
I say so, and I don't think he gets his just due in the history books. I just want to give a little shout out right now, my man Moochie.
Big dog, I'm gonna say it. Big dog. I'm gonna say it again. Big dog. Hold up, big dog. I'm gonna say it again. The greatest team in NBA history, 83 Sixers.
You know why?
How many titles did
Hey, Bill, you want to know why? Because you have Moses Malone.
Y'all about to make a turn.
He completed everything.
We had Dr. J and Mo Cheeks too, Andrew Toney.
Look here, listen, look. Dr. J was my guy, period, right? But Moses Malone was it. Moses Malone was the first guy that said, yo, I want to go play with the Sixers. Moses just said when he lost to the Boston Celtics, in the offseason, he said, yo, I want to go play with the Celtics, with the Sixers. I was like, yo, it's all over with.
Hey Bill, you ain't finna go get me involved in that madness, man.
No, hey, listen, man, the door's open. It's open for him, brother.
Nah, man.
It's open for him.
I said my piece last night.
Look. First and foremost, this is what we're gonna do, because we going on an hour and 20 and 40 minutes on this joint, man. But I knew we was gonna do this shit, right? But what we gonna do is I'm gonna give Bill and Bruce the opportunity, and Jaquari. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to close this joint out. So we're gonna start with you, Bruce. Give us a couple of lines of how you felt about this episode, and we're gonna go from there.
All right. Well, I will only take like a minute. It won't take long. I thought this was great. Especially like talking with y'all fellas. We've been friends for over 30, 35 years. So it's always good touching base with y'all. Spoke and Flute and Big Dog. I always like admired how close y'all were as brothers. So it's good being on here, talking with y'all guys. I thought we all hit on a lot of good points. Um, One thing I think we were focusing in on, like, kids that may not be doing the right thing, but it's tons of kids that are doing the right thing, and they need to get more attention. Period. And that's the I think that's what I was trying to put on them. I don't think I made it too clear, but I think they spoke hit on it too, as far as saying that like changing the narrative, that the ones that are doing well don't get the attention, the credit. There's a lot of them out there. So I think we're doing a lot better than maybe what we've been talking about, and maybe what the world sees. So, but but it was good talking to y'all about this, and hopefully these little conversations push that along a lot farther.
Okay. Hey, before we move on, Kwame Scott. Yo, he said, "What's up, Bill and Biz, man?" And yo, he shouting y'all out. You know what I mean?
I said, "What's up?"
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jaquari, talk to us, baby.
Well, man, hey, man, B, it's been, I don't know, look, it's been years, man. It's good seeing you, good talking to you, man. And, I knew this was going to be a good one. When Keith told me that you and Bill was going to be on here, man, back a lot of shit came. Look forward to having you guys back. And I want to say, for the, a lot of things y'all said earlier tonight, y'all was wrong and full of shit, and I was right. That's the end.
Big Bill.
God damn.
That man crazy, man.
Big Bill, talk to us, man. Close us out.
Oh man, listen, it's always a pleasure to come on with y'all. It's like the third time I think I've done it. I always enjoy the invitation. You know what I mean? It's a pleasure talking to the Armstrong brothers, man. One thing about Big Dog, he gets some topics, man. He get you riled up, ready to make you start thinking. And that's what it's about, man. It's, to me, there's no concrete answer on none of that stuff. It's just about, I don't know. It's just what it is, having faith, man. And again, it's a pleasure seeing y'all, man. I enjoyed it, man. Of course, Bruce, that's me. That's my man. He go way back. Way back, me and Bruce. Me and Big Dog, too. What's crazy is I'm looking at your pictures, all y'all, man. I'm the only one got like a bunch of gray hair, man. Jaquari, he ain't aged a bit. Big Dog. I mean, Flu got a little bit, but God darn. I'm like, damn, I'm the oldest man on this camera.
No, you're not. No, you're
I'm not. I'm gray out.
That's
I think that's I'm the oldest motherfucker on here.
But it's just a pleasure, man. I enjoyed the conversation, man. I enjoyed the topic. It made me think a little bit about yourself. Some of the stuff y'all taught me to think about myself. You know what I mean? How I came out the way I am now. But again, it's been a pleasure, man, and I'll be looking forward to do it again someday. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
If you're looking for a car, if you're looking for a car, fellow auto group. Good credit, bad credit, no credit.
Yo, go talk to my Big Bill. He got you. He got you. Go talk.
You supposed to lead with that, Bill.
I know, right?
Why you bullshitting? Why you bullshitting?
My
He got it in.
Okay.
I saw
Hey, look,
I got you.
before we go to Damon, Bruce,
Yes, sir.
real quick, I want to talk to. And look, we asked you about talk about who you are. This is look. We asked this 2 times in the whole in the episode. So talk about it. You talked about who you are. You got anything to add on what you said earlier as far as family and the whole nine? You have
Property.
anything?
No, not really. Like Bo plugged himself in as far as what he does. I might as well plug myself in. I'm a real estate agent now, full time, licensed in PA, licensed in New Jersey. And like I said, real estate has been like an interest of mine. I have 4 rental properties. I started when I was a little younger. I wish I would have started even younger. I started in my like around 30, 31. I wish I would have started like the day after I graduated instead of renting and stuff. But and that's why I touched on the investing part. Like the earlier you start, the better you'll be, and it doesn't take much. You can build wealth very fast. Um, but no, that's about it, man. Other than that, and I need y'all to give that man some more credit in history. Right there, Mo Cheeks.
Say what now?
He was my
I
dude,
said,
man.
and I said I need y'all to give this man right there some more credit in the history book. My man
Where,
Maurice Cheeks.
where the Tony jersey at?
Yo,
Yes,
hold on,
sir.
hold on,
The
hold on,
boss
hold
was
on.
fast.
Yo, do you have a website with your situation, man? With your business and all that?
Yeah, I
Talk to
do.
him.
I'm a Keller Williams agent. I do have a website. Bruce Williams at
Talk
Keller
to him.
Williams. Yeah.
No. Say it again, dog, so we can look. I want people to know.
It's Bruce.Williams at KW.com.
There it is. Yo, you look, you there. All right, let me just say this. I'm gonna move to my brother Damon. The bottom line is, I got a South Philly and a West Philly dude, right? You can feed into, as far as the history, the background on West Philly and South Philly guys, right? But the bottom line is these brothers made it out of it. They made it out, right? And the thing about it is they still West Philly and South Philly to their heart. So they still loyal. And the bottom line is this: wherever you from, give it to you. Give it to where you from and be the most you can be. Yo, but don't put yourself in a situation where you be out there and be kind of fucked up. But the
And look
bottom
here,
line is, this is what I
me and
admire about these two brothers right here, is the fact that they West Philly and South Philly straight up dudes, period. But they're about growth. They're about enlightenment. They're about expanding where they came from.
well, I'm gonna say this here.
But hold
Me,
on,
me
Dave.
and my boy got caught up in South Philly. And we thought we was gonna get murdered up in that
But
motherfucker.
hold on. Well, hold on. Hey, Damon.
In the neighborhood, I said, "Lord help us, Jesus."
But look, what we gonna do, what we always do. We gonna speak on it strong, and we gonna leave it to Damon Armstrong. Talk to us, brother. Give us 5, 10 minutes, wherever you want to give us. Talk to us. What you want to give us, bro?
Look here, man. I was having conflict, man, when we were going through this whole conversation, man, about having the ear of the youth and all that stuff. And then Bruce's last statement when he started talking about the positive. And that's when I had my aha moment, man. And I was like, damn, you know what? He's exactly right. I'm saying I got 3 of them here in this house that I raised.
Right?
My
You know what I'm
man.
saying? That are raised in this house, and I'm gonna tell you, man, as I listen to each one of y'all stories, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I could think about was my experience with this and that, and how it was negative and how it was positive in a lot of ways. But you know what it was? Like Bruce said, it was mostly positive, man. it was mostly positive, and I cannot deny that whatsoever. I got a daughter that's finna get a master's from Michigan. My son is at Albion College. He's finna get his degree. My oldest daughter, she graduated from Central Michigan. Just got a new job, good ass job, married, grandbaby. You know what I'm saying? And when I think about it, that focus on those three was a motherfucker, man. It wasn't easy. You understand? I'm speaking not in terms of their personality and difficulty. I'm talking about the intensity, the consistency of it, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be on top of your shit. You have to have the awareness where they at, because the world was coming at them too. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand where they at to tell them, okay, well, this is who I know you are. Then approach it just in that way. Be genuine within yourself. So, Bruce, you absolutely right, man. I think it's more of that happening. Positive kids doing positive things than the negative shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And then when you think about the negative stuff, man, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It just leaves me in despair, man. It leaves me in despair because you got cats that don't want to listen to you, but you got people that's in your own home that want to hear what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? How many of those kids get ignored? How many of those kids don't get their flowers, man? How come there ain't websites and all that that's talking about that shit?
Sir. Yes,
So
sir.
Bruce, so I had a whole nother joint I was gonna go on, but when you ran that shit down, I was like, I gotta speak on that. You know what I'm saying? Because he that's true.
Yes, sir.
And it's real. You know what I'm saying? And
He talking square big.
right.
Where it is, baby.
Oh yeah. You need to get your sweatshirt on that joint, boy.
Yes, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But what he talk about? He talking about investing. He ain't said shit negative. He just talking about investing and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a different. I mean, just think about that for a minute, man. You know, we talking about streets and where we came from. And he was like, "Hey, man, y'all motherfuckers need to invest some money, man." You know what I'm saying? And investing in property and then he talked about the gentrification and all that and how it took over the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can speak to some cats on that, man. You know what I'm saying? How did we gain your neighborhood back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you gotta have.
So,
Yes, sir.
so that's what I'm speaking on, man. Just that statement that you made, I was like, it made me look at where my real work was at. And my real work was in my home, man, raising my kids
Good
and
stuff.
making sure that they stayed on the straight and narrow. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you refocusing me on that, bro. Real talk.
Congrats to all the children, to all your children.
But look, let me just say this. This is Strong Perspective Podcast.
Hey man, the only thing the only thing I could disagree with you,
What you say, bro?
the only thing I could disagree with your own Bruce. No, I said the only thing I could disagree with your own Bruce is you say Mo Cheeks. God damn it, I say Adrian Daddy.
Oh, hell yeah! He don't get his respect either.
That's true.
They keep talking about all these cats.
Detroit
Let's not get it.
basketball.
Yes, sir.
Let's not get it.
I'm down with AD. He doesn't get his respect either.
He should be a
All
top
right, well,
75. He should be a top 75.
He ain't.
Listen, yo.
Nah.
Look, let me just say
He gotta
this.
be, man. He gotta be. I
We
don't think so.
going on 2 hours of this joint, and I don't care. This was a beautiful, beautiful podcast episode, no doubt. You know why? Because all 5 of us are out here, we're friends, and we enjoyed each other's company. All right. Now, guys, stay on. When I end this podcast, we're gonna sew everything up and we're gonna go from there. But look, the Strong Perspective Podcast, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to our shit. You know why? Because we got people on here that mean something to the whole community. Period. Even if you don't know them personally, they saying some stuff that you understand and you're going through. Period. All right. But yo, thank you for listening to us. And look, we're coming to the end of this. Thank you very much. And thank you.